So I wasn't going to do this. I was actually just going to write a Facebook post like I always do, but I have to remember that a lot of people don't like to read, unfortunately. We have entered a place in the Christian path that everything is about me, 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 me. I'm putting myself first. I'm taking care of myself first. I just need to put myself first. And we have forgotten what the word says about our duties and responsibilities in church. And now I'm going to direct this message to the older women at church. And I'm going to read the passage. Titus 2, verse 4 says, "These older women must train the younger ones to love their husband, their children, to live wisely, be pure, to take care of their homes, to do good." It says it here in the word. And why am I directing to the older women especially? Because unfortunately, our younger generation of girls are learning about relationships, are learning about love, are learning about lust. They're learning that from TV. They're learning that from women and young ladies from the world. They're learning this from ads, and all they get is just lust. There is no true love. There's no true commitment. There is nothing real about any relationship that they go into, because they have this idea in their head that love and marriage and relationship and romance has to come from it comes from the TV, and they think that that's how it is in real life, when in reality it's not like that. It takes a lot of work to be in a committed marriage. It takes a lot of work to stay in a relationship. God, marriage for him is sacred. It's a covenant that he made. Marriage represents God and his church, which is the bride, married together. And like I wrote in previous posts, he never divorced his wife. He kept wooing her back. And nowadays we see a whole bunch of Christian couples get, okay, to each his own, right? Everyone has their issues. We don't know about them. But we have Christian couples who don't even fight anymore. They just, I'm going to divorce. I'm going to go my way, you go your way. If we only knew what we were doing, or how God sees it. I don't want to get into that subject because that's not where I was going with this. What I'm trying to say is, the older women, you have a responsibility to teach the young ones, like it says in the word, how to be in a marriage. Teach the single ones what it is to look for a godly man. Where are all these women? We're so busy and so caught up in our own world that we forget that this is our responsibility that the Lord left in his word, and we're not following through, and he will hold us all accountable for that. Your job is not just to come to church and sit there, and I see this sometimes, and I see them, just the older women looking at the younger ones like, excuse me? That's not your job to do that. Your job is to go pray for that person. And then, if God gives you the authority to speak, if you see something that you didn't like, not to make faces at them. Or to say, oh, this generation lacks so many things. Well, I ask you, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Have you sat with a younger, single young lady and said, listen, I feel in my heart that I just want to have you under my wing and just help you grow spiritually, help you grow to the women of God that you're supposed to be, and not only that, help you when that man does come. That's what we're supposed to do. And I don't understand where the gap. What happened? What happened? Why are the married women with their own little clique, the single ones with their clique, the younger married couples with their clique, I'm 11 years married now. I still consider myself young, but I'm saying that doesn't stop there. You grab a hold of a younger one and pray, intercede that none of these skunks, that's what I call men that come your way that are not yours, that God didn't say yes to. That's another subject. But when the man does come, that they're already standing firm on that foundation that you guys already built, and that they have discernment enough that when somebody comes their way that is not for them, that they know we're ready. These young girls are falling into temptation, falling into traps, falling in love with men that weren't even for them in the first place, and then they have a heartbreak. Then they can't worship God the way that they're supposed to because their heart is broken when God did not create us. He did not create us when God did not create us. He did not create us to be falling in love and going into relationship one after another. That's not the God I serve. The God I serve created us, love on him, and that's it. And then if he feels that we're ready enough, then he's going to bring that right person for us. Just one. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you leaving a trail of women or men behind. No, that's not the God that I serve. That's not the God that I serve. My God is an order God. He's a structure God. He's a God who has everything written down. So I find it very offensive and just rude when I see people at church just going from one relationship to another. No. Do you know what you're doing to God's name when you're doing that? Because that means to me that you, one, did not get on your knees to pray. That you just wanted to go from one relationship to another to see if it works out. This generation has it all backwards. Why do I say this? I've been there already. I was one of those people that jumped from one relationship to another because I'm thinking, I need to do this on my own. Eventually, God sat me down and said, no, Missy, I did not create you to be doing that. What you did is you gave a piece to your heart to every single guy, and they took that heart and they did this to it. And now you can't serve me the way that I want you to serve me because your heart is broken. And now I have to go and mend and fix that heart that is broken because these other people did that to you. So please, older women, get in your rightful position, the one that God says in his word, and let's start educating these younger girls so they can live a life according to how God has planned it for them, so they don't have to go through struggle, so they don't have to go through pain, so they don't have to go through heartbreak, so they can finally meet that one person that was just for them. This is our duties, ladies. Let us not forget that. We will be held accountable. So I just leave you with this, and I pray that you are convicted and that you take full responsibility for your actions or for your lack of actions, for not doing anything and just being judgmental. So I'm just here to remind you of what the word says, and this is Titus. If you want to read it, read Titus 2. It says all the responsibilities that we're supposed to have, even for men. Titus 2, men 2. So and when I say older, I'm talking about 45 and older. Yes, you ladies that have wisdom in you. You have stories to tell. You have experiences, and yet you just keep it all to yourself. Or I don't know what's going on, but I will not continue this. So this is all I want to leave. I hope this blesses your life. Thank you for listening. God bless you.